Victoria Beckham had it all: a fashion empire, fame, and a close family. But behind the glam, a shocking rift with her own son has shaken everything. What went wrong? What used to look like a glamorous, close-knit, famous family is now the focus of constant media attention, emotional rumors, and rising tension. A rift has formed between Victoria Beckham, the former Spice Girl and global fashion icon, and her eldest son, Brooklyn Beckham, and his wife, actress Nicola Peltz. This is what people close to her call her worst nightmare. The union between Brooklyn and Nicola was once thought to be a smooth coming together of two strong families, but it seems to have caused more problems than solutions. It's not unusual for families to fight, but because the Beckham family is famous and has spent years carefully building its image, this fight has been especially painful for Victoria. Insiders say Victoria is devastated, torn between her love for her son and the pain of being pushed away. But the first sign of tension wasn't what anyone expected. It started with a dress. And not just any dress. It is said that the family problems started around the same time that Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz got married in April 2022. A lot of people wrote about the event, which took place at Nicola's family home in Florida and was praised as a fancy affair. But behind the carefully staged pictures and glowing headlines, the seeds of disagreement were slowly growing. One of the first signs of trouble started to show around Nicola's wedding dress. A lot of people thought that Victoria Beckham, who has a popular clothing line, would design her daughter-in-law's wedding dress. But in the end, Nicola picked a Valentino dress, which caused a lot of confusion and disappointment. Nicola told the public that Victoria's studio just couldn't finish the design in time because of problems with logistics. But people close to the case said it was much more complicated and emotional than that. The wedding, awkward family dynamics, and deep-seated resentment pushed the relationship past its breaking point. Finally, the gathering, a night meant to honor love and family, turned into a very upsetting memory for Nicola. While the music played, the famous singer Mark Anthony was set to sing a song that was said to be very important to the couple. Mark then called Victoria to the dance floor and said she was the most beautiful woman in the room, which was a surprise. Victoria danced in the middle of the stage, which many people thought should have been for the newlyweds. People say that Nicola left the room in tears, clearly upset. Sources say she felt like she was being watched on what should have been the best night of her life. According to several news stories, what happened was wrong, and some even said it ruined Nicola's wedding day. The real message was clear. Nicola thought her big moment had been stolen, and she started to feel betrayed and disrespected by her new in-laws, especially Victoria. This made her relationship with them change. Things that happened after the wedding didn't end on that sad night. Over the next few months and years, it became clearer and harder to deny that Brooklyn was different from the rest of the Beckham family. David Beckham had a big party for his 50th birthday in May 2025, with family, friends, and famous people to honor him. But Brooklyn and Nicola were missing in a big way. Reports say that the couple turned down the offer because Romeo Beckham's girlfriend, Kim Turnbull, was there. Brooklyn and Kim are said to have had a short relationship, but Kim has denied that they ever had a serious connection. No matter what, Brooklyn kept on avoiding any contact with her, which caused a problem between him and Romeo, as well as between the whole family. Soon, this rising distance was shown on social media. Many people in the Beckham family stopped following Brooklyn and Nicola on Instagram, which was reported by both fans and press. In this day and age of digital diplomacy, an unfollow often means that things are getting worse. Insiders said that the couple had also asked for private meetings with Victoria and David to talk about their problems, but the elder Beckhams refused because they thought that open family talks, not hidden meetings, were better. From the outside, it looked like the Beckham family was becoming more and more split up. Their once uniform front was being weakened by odd absences, missed birthdays, and cold digital gestures. A family fight is made even more complicated by the fact that Brooklyn and his younger brother Romeo's relationship is getting worse. The two used to get along like brothers who grew up in the spotlight, but Romeo's girlfriend Kim Turnbull has been a clear source of disagreement. Even though Brooklyn didn't like it, Romeo's failure to end his relationship with Kim caused a rift between the brothers. Brooklyn allegedly wouldn't go to any family events where Kim was present, which made Romeo feel like he was being picked on unfairly and didn't have any support. At the same time, their younger brother Cruz has been moving closer to Romeo. He may have sensed that the two brothers were becoming more divided. Since Romeo and Cruz are working together, Brooklyn is feeling more and more alone. Being alone has hurt Victoria greatly on a personal level, as well as affecting her family relationships. How Victoria Beckham feels about it? Victoria Beckham is known for her poise, elegance, and hard work, but she hasn't let her personal problems get too public very often. But people who know her say that the fight with Brooklyn and Nicola has really hurt her emotionally. Friends have said that Victoria has sleepless nights because she is afraid that she may have lost her son's love and trust for good. This fear is made worse by the fact that Victoria holds a lot of family customs in high regard. The most important one is the yearly family holiday card that shows all of the Beckham children and is sent to friends, family, and fans. Brooklyn is becoming less attached to the custom, and Victoria is said to be very afraid that he might decide not to do it at all, which would show that the family is not united. The fact that Nicola Peltz is said to have power over Brooklyn makes her even more worried. Even though they act like a couple, sources say that Nicola's close friendship with Brooklyn has made him less close to his family in some ways. It looks like Nicola has become the person who controls Brooklyn's mental and social availability, whether she is aware of it or not. Victoria was used to being the emotional hub of her family, but now she's on the outside, which is hard for any mom. Is there hope ahead? Victoria and David Beckham are said to be working quietly behind the scenes to patch things up, even though things are tense. There have been many olive branches reached out, including personal invitations, messages from the heart, and efforts to get back in touch in smaller, more personal settings. Still, things are moving slowly. This has not been fixed in public as of the middle of 2025. People say that Brooklyn and his family don't talk to each other very often. When they do, it's usually tense and feels forced or formal. David Beckham is said to have become an emotional go-between. Sources say that he is very worried about how the fight will affect the family in the long run and wants to fix the family dynamic as much as anyone else. Friends say that David, who is usually cool and collected, is feeling the stress of a possible permanent break and is doing everything he can to get Brooklyn back. Victoria, on the other hand, has been getting mental support from a small group of close friends. She has been seen having dinner with people she has known for a long time, which suggests that even though the situation hurts her deeply, she is trying to keep her personal life in balance. The Beckhams have been careful not to talk about the situation directly in public. Instead, they use carefully chosen social media posts and controlled public events to make it look like everything is fine. But Brooklyn's absence from important family events is getting harder to explain or ignore. No one knows for sure if this family fight will end in the end. It is clear, though, that Victoria Beckham's most painful and public challenge to date has been the chaos in her own family. Beckham is known for being precise and in control with her fashion and personal brand. This feud may just be heating up. What's next for the Beckhams, and can Victoria win her son back? Subscribe now for more exclusive Hollywood deep dives.